beautiful. Wish I could live here forever. Oh, it's just so beautiful here. Love it.
Oh, it starts again, like I've never been away.
Off I go.
Feel it rising like the fire. Feel it running through my veins. Oh, it starts again, like I've never left this place. Like my prodigal return to an old familiar place.
It's gonna be a good day. The start of a 10-day trip in Algonquin Park. Awesome. My name is Mark Rubino. Come join me on a 10-day adventure through Algonquin's backcountry, where I hope you enjoy the sights and sounds, learn some tips and tricks, and get inspired to try canoe camping yourself. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get this trip started. Ready to go get our permits? So we got a pretty good day today, probably about 3.5, maybe 4-hour paddle and portage in the Manitou Lake. We're at Cosque right now. Winds are calm. It looks like very favorable conditions for paddling down the lake. It'll take us about 45 minutes to an hour to get to the first portage of the day, and we'll carry on from then into Manitou. So I think without further ado, we should go in and see about getting our permit.
Well, there's the early birds.
Good morning. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
How has your summer been?
It's been a really busy summer. It was hot and warm and
Yeah, I've been in the south all summer. It's been hot down there too.
yeah. So it's been very, very busy, and you're going on a nice trip, I hear.
Yeah, 10-day trip, 8 days up here and 2 more down on the west side, 2 or 3 more. How are the water levels up here?
The water levels are actually pretty good. I haven't had any complaints about any water levels anywhere. So Maple Creek is good, and
Well, looking forward to it.
yeah, for sure. So anyway, I guess we should get to you doing your permits.
Yeah, sure.
You can get on your way. So here's your permit.
Oh, thank you very much.
You fellows have an excellent time, and hope the weather's great while you're out there.
Oh, we will. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
We can either put the other barrel in his canoe or we can put it in here. Right now it looks good. This barrel is heavier than that pack, but I'm heavier than that barrel. So it should even out, and you're a much lighter fellow than me. So we should have good trim. So basically you want the bow of the canoe slightly above the water line, more so than the stern of the canoe. I think we'll launch Todd first because he's soloing. I'm just going to give you a little shove off there and point you in the right direction.
We're going straight down the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys will pass me in no time.
Yeah. Algonquin Park, the north end of Algonquin Park. 10 glorious days. Here we come. Woohoo! In September, baby, September. Oh yeah. And the drone of a motorboat accompanies us. Here's the first portage of the day. It's a short one. I forgot to weigh this thing. So I just balance it on my knees and flip it up and pivot at the same time. And that's all she wrote, right? That's it. Off I go. See you on the flip side. Wash! No, I'm just kidding. I did it! Yay! Hell of a portage. And we have still even got the long one yet. We're at the 1355 meter portage in the Manitou. I think what I'm going to do, Matt and I, we're going to hump it and we're going to single carry a pack and a canoe. At about the halfway point, there is a canoe rest. We're going to take a little short break there. Then ascend the hill and then do the rest of the portage right to the end on the beach at Manitou. Todd is going to 1.5 it for us, so he's going to bring the barrels and the rest of the gear up to the top of the hill, and we're going to come back and carry the stuff, the rest of the gear, the rest of the way. That way, so each and every one of us is only doing a portage 1.5 times instead of doubling it. So, and I'm hoping we can do this in 75 minutes. Normally, I could zip through this in about 25 minutes, but we are carrying a lot of gear and a lot of camera gear, and it's very heavy. So, and a lot of food because we're hungry guys. So. Yeah, so here goes. Okay, see you on the flip side. I need a 2-minute rest before I go on again. Well, mushrooms on a trail, eh?
Knife.
It's not really steep, it just never stops. Oh. Made it. Take a look around, man. How sweet it is. It's like Wasaga Beach without the people.
Just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is Manitou Lake. This is what I cursed and sweated and struggled for to get here today. This is such a beautiful lake. You, of course, could come in through access number 1, which was far less portaging, but a lot more paddling. I like this approach too because we didn't see anybody. You come in the other way through access number 1, it's very busy. It's almost like the Canoe Lake of the North, if you will. It's so busy, so yeah, I think it's worth it. Beautiful. Wish I could live here forever. Oh, it's just so beautiful here. Love it. There's another campsite on the other side of this island too. So if you had a large group, you You could occupy both sites and you'd get a sunrise and a sunset. Water levels are pretty high. They're not much down from the pollen line, which is like late June when the pollen comes out off the trees. See that line in the rocks there? It's the pollen line. That's like around late June. You know that's all red pine there. Beautiful. Now that's an osprey back there. Sitting on his nest chirping at us. Are we getting a little too close to his nest? He's not too happy about that, so he's letting us know that. As long as he doesn't take a hit at us, come flying at us and release a bomb upon us. It'd be quite messy. We'll know in about 20 seconds whether we get this site or not. Oh crap, there's people here. Yeah. Let's go. And you win some, you lose some. Our site's taken, so we're waiting for Todd to catch up a little bit, and then we're going to move on to a backup site I've had planned. Hopefully it's not occupied. If not, I got another backup site planned. First time I've been here and it's been occupied, so it's not bad. It's 5 out of 6. You know, not bad. I don't see any canoes. Home sweet home. Oh yeah, she looks vacant. Oh, I can barely walk though. That's a big tree, eh? Oh, that's big. Holy cow, look at all the mushrooms. Oh, and it's got an outhouse. No thunderbox. Ooh. You can sit there and do your business in the rain. These are all hemlock trees here. It's nice. Nice pine needle carpet to walk on. I'm gonna go see where Todd is. I think he got blown off course a bit, but he's coming right for us, so he's still getting a bit of wind out there where he is. I can see the water. He's having a little bit of wind issues, but I think he's just tired too. Oh man. I like this spot for our tent because it's fairly level in one spot. Looking at it, there's a lot of pine needle on the ground. There's no runoff from any recent storms. There's no mud tracks, no, past evidence of puddles and rivers of water running down. And it's quite a ways from the fire pit. And I got a few trees between me and the fire pit there. So, and if the wind's gonna be blowing anywhere, probably towards the north or towards the east. So we're not gonna get any fire going towards the tent. So that's good. Barbecue chicken over the fire. The little chicken spice.
Next up,
thank you.
hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Yeah. So that way it shouldn't fall through that grill, which I use mainly for boiling water, cooking over the fire. It's just not really good enough for doing chickens or steaks, so that's why we made our artificial grill with the skewers. And put some chicken spice on there. Oops. And in this pot here, I've got some broccoli ready to go. I'm going to kind of steam it a little bit over the fire. And I put a little bit of oil in there too. A bit of flavor. And then I got 2 kinds of rice, basmati and what was it, urban garlic. I'm gonna put a bit of butter in there. There's some water in there, and you just heat it up and stir it. Let the butter ooze into it. Maybe just want to stab it while it's in the bag. Ew, that's oil. Oh yeah, I spilled the oil on it. Okay. Just don't stab my hand. Okay, good. I think I'm gonna need hand sanitizer too.
Yeah, it's just might as well just.
Foot sanitizer.
Whoa!
What'd you do?
Jeez. This is. I never would have thought of this. This is so cool. Okay. What's this last one?
Yep. All right. So it worked out perfectly. That way the chicken didn't fall through the grill, because you can see how wide the grill is, eh? The pieces would have fell through. Oh, and this way too, if it sticks, it's no problem. You just lift them off. So yeah, bonus. Improvisation works. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty white in there. For the soloist, well, I think he gets the biggest piece. That's for Todd. I want to cut into it though. I want to make sure it's done because that's a really, really thick piece. So. Maybe you could use a few more seconds on there just to make sure. Yeah. After a hard day's work, this protein will go down real well. I can need a headlamp though, I can't see where I'm eating. There we are. Bonus. That's good, fire roasted chicken. Excuse me. Yum. Boys, I got a surprise. I got dessert.
Yeah.
Ice cream sandwiches, freeze dried, Napoleon.
Oh yeah.
Here you go, sir. Oh, look at that, it's wrapped up too, eh? Pretty wild, eh?
That tastes like Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah. We left Caius this morning at around 10:30 and arrived here at our campsite around 5 o'clock on Manitou. It's quite a warm day. I would say it's probably close to 28 degrees maybe. And a bit of humidity in the air. We did 3 portages. Weren't really that long, but they were tough. I think it's because our gear we had a lot of excessive weight, gear-wise. So we did a 265 meter portage, We skipped the 440 meter portage. That's a low water option. The water is high enough that we were able to paddle through. Then we did a 300 meter portage. Then we continued up the Unlostify River. Actually, we tried to paddle up a swift, and we didn't succeed, but we didn't break the canoe and we didn't dump, so we got out of that situation okay. And then came the big portage of the day, the 13 and 55 meter. That took us approximately 85 minutes to do. We essentially 1.5 the portage, where 2 of us carried our canoes and packs and humped it all the way to the end and came back halfway to carry the rest of the stuff over. And so that saved us a bit of time and energy as a group. We work together for the greater good, and we all get together at the end a lot earlier than you would if we just doubled constantly back and forth. And then we paddled down Manitou and wanted to snag my island site, and for the very first time I couldn't get it. It was already occupied. Bit of disappointment, but what can you do? Actually, the group that was there offered, said, hey, is this your site? Do you want it? We're just staying the night. And I thought they were very gracious, and, I declined. I said, no, it's okay. Go ahead and enjoy the place. We can go camp somewhere else. Plus, we're doing the filming, so I don't think they would appreciate it, and we might not be able to do any if we were there, so that would take away from our schedule, if you will. So we decided to camp for this campsite a little further south, and it's actually quite nice. It's sheltered. There was no grill on site to cook with because I had chicken, and so I have a grill I use basically for boiling water over a fire. And so a little improvisation, I cut a few alder sticks from a live tree, I had to, and skewered some chicken and put that over the grill, and was able to successfully cook chicken over the fire, and served it with some partially steamed broccoli and some herb and garlic and basmati rice, complete with dessert, freeze-dried ice cream. And I think it went over quite well. It was a very busy day. Weather was quite good. We did get a bit of rain when we were on the Algonquin River, but it was just 3 or 4 minutes of rain, not even 5 minutes, and more of a light sprinkle, and that was it. It's cooling down now, so I think we're going to sleep good tonight. We're both very tired. Well, all 3 of us are very tired and well fed, and I think we'll sleep good tonight. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. When you're living in the city or even in a town, like, how often have you gone 24 hours without seeing another human being? Probably never. It just doesn't happen. There's always people around you, right? So it'd be kind of interesting to put yourself in an environment where you see more wildlife than you do fellow humans. So it's a bit different, and I enjoy it quite a bit.
Even just like the aspect of turning your cell phones off, so your social media, literally shutting everything down and just being here and just dealing with the moment. Hey, what was the name of that tree that we used for skewers?
Alder. There's an alder tree. You'll learn more about those in 2 days when we go up Birchcliff Creek.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Those are the spider trees.
Alder hell, yeah, it's gonna be bad.
I'm not happy with that. It'll be.
You know what? Maybe I'll put you in a canoe with Matt, and I'll go solo up it, because it's gonna be a pain. It really is. Like, you're not even gonna be using your paddle. You're gonna be pulling yourself up. It's just stupid, and cobwebs and bugs and spiders getting in your mouth and face and in your canoe.
No. Spiders, that's my thing.
Really?
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons too why my struggle coming out solo camping would be I'm afraid of the dark, like legit. And it's not being able to see, it's my imagination gets the better of me.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. When you come out here at night, especially by yourself, everything that you hear at night, the sound is magnified. And like you say, your imagination will just run wild. And I remember the first couple times I came out solo, I was pretty scared. But, I gave it a go and just overcome your fear and just try to be rational about it and realize that, it's not what you think it is. It's just nature doing its thing. And if you keep a clean campsite, you're not going to have bears coming around and bothering you. That's just basically all it is. That or bad luck. But you have to conquer that fear. And a good way to do it is maybe with a little bit of whiskey and a campfire. I've done that. It's just, well, if I can't sleep because my imagination is eating me alive, I'll just sit around the fire for an hour or two and enjoy the stars and have a few drinks just to relax and maybe put me back to sleep. I know not everyone can do that, just adults and stuff like that, but that was my way of coping with it. So, and then after a while, I didn't even need that. I would just think, oh, that's just a squirrel, or, oh, there's a fox in camp, blah, blah, blah. So, no big deal.
Like that. I like the aspect of overcoming, like overcoming fear, obviously. Yeah. Like it's a big one. But just overcoming all day long, that's what we've been doing, right? You overcome the elements, you figure it out.
Yeah, it's just another part of being outdoors that you have to work at overcoming, right? The physical aspect, the mental aspect of it, the fear, the energy expenditure that you have to deal with, like out here. How much energy you expend just to get to camp, it's a lot. And it is tiring, and it takes a while to build up maybe endurance towards it. So you can do it every day. I mean, I've been doing a lot of it this summer with the guiding, and even coming in here today, I was really tired. But mind you, the weight has increased about 30 to 40 pounds from what I normally carry. And I was also doubling too. I was singling before, so it's a little bit... reminds me of the old days of soloing when I was doing that and learning and doubling and sometimes even tripling portages. It's just like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Because I love it out here. So
yeah, actually, for the record, Mark would never normally be pulling as much weight. Like when you come out by yourself, you're doing one trip, right?
Yeah.
And he was pulling all our gear all over the place. I mean, the three of us did it together, but like,
the barrel.
It was hard work, and that's only because it is not. I think today was proof of how unglamorous it is to be in television.